right, welcome all to Movement Yoga Morning. My name is Mark Cormier. I practice with Kathy Cormier. We do this often, most every week. Having said that, we do miss some weeks. If you watch us live, we love it because we get to see your name on the screen while we're practicing. If you watch it on the record, that's totally cool and probably what many of our viewers do. If you do like to see something, if you put it in the chat today, I probably won't get to it today, but if it's in the chat and I see it after we're done with our session today, I'll get to it next week or the week after. Anyway, welcome Kathy, come on up. All right, how does it look in the frame?
It looks good.
All right.
This is so good.
Your yoga bricks are over. Can you get to them? Stuck them over there. Can you reach them?
Yes. I can. I like your setup here. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice exercise studio. Ooh, very nice.
All right. So let's get going. We have 17 minutes. We may run a little bit over. Let's bring hands on hips and just marching it from side to side, just to march it first. Don't have to go too big, too fast. Now, if you'd like to go bigger, of course, going bigger once you find your balance, once you've welcomed your feet and your legs into the day. We can start to balance on one foot. We can give little kicks off to each side. We got those side kicks. We got cross kicks. We've got front kicks. We've got our back kicks, challenging our balance. And then back to center. Before we start the yoga, let's get our bodies even more warmed up here. I'll invite you to inhale the arms up in front. On the exhale with a fire breath, short, sharp exhalation out through the nose, casting the hands back and bending the knees. Let's do that 8 times. Last 2 here. And back up. Second variation, we're going to bring the arms up to one side. On the exhale, we're going to cast them through center as we bend those knees with our fire breath. Other side. Couple more each way. One more each side. And back up. Third variation, we're going to bring the arms out to each side. We're going to bend the knees and cross the wrists in front with our fire breath, and then we'll switch the cross 8 times. One more each way. One more each side. And back up. I'll invite you to step or jump it in, thin like a pin. Challenging your balance. I'll invite you to bring hands to heart, the light press of your thumb against your sternum as you line up each finger. Relax shoulders, watching as your breath flows in and out. From this place of just watching your breath, now shaping your breath as you lengthen your inhalation and lengthen your exhalation. As you breathe in, I'll invite you to find a full body breath, bringing the air to the top of your chest, the base of your belly, filling up each side waist, filling up both front and back planes of your body. As you breathe out, I'll invite you to engage your core. As you draw the low belly in and up, concurrently lifting the kidneys in and up, squeezing a little more air out. Most importantly, with that core engagement, providing structural support for your low back as we move through these shapes and sequences. The inhalation takes care of itself as the diaphragm stretches down towards the navel to draw air into our lungs. And our diaphragm is one of the biggest muscles in our bodies. To this deeper, fuller breath, finding the Ujjayi breath, the victorious breath. It's a go-to breath in many yoga practices. It's a power breath, but it's also a relaxing breath. Slightly constricting the base of your throat, adding a slight sound and feel to your breath. And as we move through our practice today, letting the sound and feel of your breath be a focus for your practice, the sound of which is often compared to the sounds of the ocean as the waves wash in and out. Now finding the tongue loop, tip of the tongue to the hard palate just behind your teeth. Keeping that tongue loop throughout the practice, keeping our jaws relaxed and connecting front and back planes of our bodies. Finally, with your lips closed, adding a slight smile to your face. A Mona Lisa smile opening up the front of your throat so your breath has lots of room to circulate, refresh, and revitalize. Keeping all this, I'll invite you to set an intention for today's practice. It could be something you're thinking about, a word or a phrase. It could be something you're moving towards. It could be something as simple as you're perfect, just as you are. Lifting the chin tall through the crown, I'll invite you to roll those hands over as we stretch out our wrists. Palms find our thighs, or find our sides. I'll ask you to go sideways, Kathy. We'll move towards our sunset. We'll take it in 3 pieces, starting with arms and shoulders, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, arms back down. 2 more times, observing the natural rhythm of the shoulders. As the arms elevate, the shoulders elevate. As the arms descend, the shoulders descend. 1 more time, breathing in, noticing the natural action of the arms as they draw air into our lungs, a secondary diaphragm. Hands back down. We'll add a forward fold and a back bend, 5-part movement, breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Using bricks or capping the knees, let an inhale, lift chin and tail as you arc the back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhaling, tucking tail and chin as we round it in. You could lower the bricks or catch the back of the shins. Feel the stretch in your back. On the inhale, moving towards a neutral spine, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, neutral spine as you stand tall, hands by your side. And let's do that 2 more times, half sun salutation. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale, lift chin and tail as you arc. Arching the spine as you fold it in. Feel the stretch in your back. Inhaling, finding your neutral spine, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. 1 more to go here. Breathing in, lifting up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale, lift chin and tail as you arc. Exhaling, curling it in as you stretch out your back. Inhaling, arms out to the side and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to down dog. Inhaling up. Exhaling, leading with the heart as you fold. Let an inhale, lift chin and tail. Now tucking the tail, tucking the chin as you ground down through the hands, stepping 1 foot back and then the other, finding your down dog. You just want to make sure you're in frame. Yeah. Awesome. As we hold this dog, I'll invite you to hold it in stillness, inviting your mind to still. Despite the lack of overt movement, you're still breathing, your heart's still beating, your mind's still moving. And by focusing on your Ujjayi breath as it flows in and out, finding a little more space between each breath, each beat of the heart, each thought. Long, smooth breath in. Equally long, smooth breath out. Tail end of that breath, navel to spine as you bend the knees ever so slightly, finding a little more space in the low back, lifting that tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you mindfully make your way to the front of your mat. Step, jump, slide, your choice. Let an inhale, bring length. Exhaling, folding it in. Inhaling, riding the breath up, arms out to the side, and then overhead. Exhaling, standing tall. I'll cue you back to plank pose. Inhaling up. Exhaling over. Let an inhale, bring length. On the exhale, tucking tail and chin as you round it on in, grounded down through the hands and finding your plank pose. Lining up head, hips, and heels. As we hold the plank, feeling that connection between head, hips, and heels, a connection with a line of strength running through the center of yourself. Despite the effort of the action, keeping it yoga. Easeful breaths in. Easeful breaths out. 1 more long, slow breath here. Shoulders super, super, super engaged. And then on the tail end of that breath, navel to spine as you lift the hips high, coming back to down dog. This down dog, I'll invite you to walk as you bend 1 leg deeply and then the other, grounding down through the opposite heel. freely moving back and forth between the sides, seeing how your body feels today. Finding that mind-body connection that's always there. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? From a place of movement back towards stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep full breath. Tail into that next breath, bending your knees ever so slightly, lifting the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you step or jump it front. Let an inhale bring length when you arrive. Exhaling, folding it in. On the inhale, riding the breath up, hands over head pose, finding your neutral spine. Exhaling, standing tall, hands by your side. Sun Sal B flow style. There's going to be a lot going on and it's going to be happening fast. Inhaling into tall spine. On the exhale, finding your chair, knees over toes. Inhale and hold. Exhale, go lower, finding more strength in your legs. On the inhale, rising on up, finding a back bend at the top. On the exhale, a big swan dive over. Let an inhale bring length as you arc the back. Feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Exhaling, rounding it in, feel that stretch in your back. And then back to down dog. I'll invite you to cycle through a push-up. Inhaling into a back bend. And then back to down dog. Let it be your push-up. Let it be your back bend. If you have to move the bricks, of course, move the bricks. Be comfortable. Shoulder blades back and down. That's it. Free to use the knees or not. Back to down dog, but not for long. Flow style. Feet together. Right leg high. High on the left toes as we stretch out Achilles tendon and calf. And then looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then flexing the foot as you float it on through. Landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down, back leg long, back leg strong. Inhaling up, warrior one. Now riding your next exhale breath. Back to low lunge as you spin that back heel up. And then finding your push-up. Inhaling into your back bend. And then back to down dog. Take your time. Find your flow. Follow your breath. From down dog, second side. Flow style. Feet together, left leg high. High on the right toes. Looking between the hands, pitching that leg even higher. And then flexing the foot as you float it on through. Landing it lightly, spinning the back heel down. Inhaling up. Warrior one. And then riding your next exhale back to low lunge. And one more time here, cycling through vinyasa as you find your push-up. Inhaling into your back bend. And then back to down dog. As we hold this third down dog, yogi's choice, either holding it in stillness, seeing what comes up, or adding some movement, stirring it up. Again, however you choose to work, finding that mind-body connection that's always there. What do you feel? And where do you feel it? If you chose to add movement, back towards stillness. Long arms, long legs, long spine. Deep, full breath. Tail into that breath, bending your knees ever so slightly, lifting the tailbone just a little bit higher. And then looking between the hands as you step or jump it to the front of your mat or space. Let an inhale bring length when you arrive. Feel the arc in your back. On the exhale, curling it in. Feel the stretch in your back. On the inhale, stay low. Knees over toes, hands over head. Back to our chair. Exhaling, taking it lower. Inhale, rising on up. On the exhale, neutral spine, hands by your side. I'll invite you to face camera, Kathy. I'll invite you to bring one hand onto your heart, the other hand on top. Coming back to your Ujjayi breath and coming back to your intention. Now finding Namaste hands. I'll invite you to touch your thumb to your brow. Your intention is in your thoughts. Thumbs find the lips. Your intention is in your words. Thumbs touch the heart. Your intention is in your deeds. Then rolling those hands over as we stretch out our wrists, palms by our side. I'll invite you to bring one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Any amount. I invite you to bow, thanking yourself for practicing yoga and offering our practice out to each other and to the world. The light within me honors and respects the light within you. And in this light, we are one. Namaste.
Namaste.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Thank you, Bob.
All right.
Have a nice day.
We get any names on the screen? Oh, not this morning. Maybe next week. Anyway, have a lovely day. And on the record, we hope you enjoy it too.
Thursday.
Happy Thursday.